First of all, I'd like to thank the Black Sustainability Summit staff for the great work they've been doing this year and for last year. Sister Mujah Shakir should be on.
Yes,
this.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here right now, Brother.
Oh, yes, yes. I did not want to forget you, sister. Thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So let me give the introduction floor to my sister Mujah first, and then I'll do it. Sister Mujah?
Yes.
You want to give your introduction?
Oh, sure. All right. Well, I'm Mujah Shakir. I am the president and the initiator of Nature's Garden for Victory and Peace Incorporated, a nonprofit organization that has that set aside a 25-acre land trust for development of a intentional holistic community. And so I have been engaged in that for about 2 going on 3 years, but it's a vision that I've had for many, many, many years, and finding others that are of like mind that have a shared vision. And so together we're working. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, and then I lived in the Bay Area, Oakland, and Berkeley, California for 20 years. And now I've been in Tuskegee for 16 years. So I'm now living in a rural community not too far from the university. So there's more that I could say, but that's probably enough.
Okay. So my name is Abubakr Muhammad Karim, and I've been a consultant for business and community economic development for a little while, nearly 50 years now. Some people say I'm a food scientist. I've had some experience working in a variety of natural and organic food businesses over the years. Done a lot of vegetable gardening, agricultural farming, and I practiced both locally here in the United States and in the Caribbean for a great number of years. I'm a healer, and I've been involved in the creation of healthy lifestyles. I use culinary and medicinal food preparation. I've learned a little bit about handling fruits and vegetables, their identification, nutritional properties, propagation, pre and post-harvest, greenhouse operations, cultivating of natural soils, proper storage, and a lot more. So during my journey through life, I picked up a little knowledge about recipes cooked in raw food preparations, bottling juices, herbal tonics, and other products. I like to teach that self-maintenance of the mind, body, and soul is holistic and self-sustainable. I have a master's degree in community economic development, and as an adjunct professor at the university, I taught project design, implementation, and evaluation with an emphasis in financial management to graduate students. I still teach and train in all of those areas. So I'm ready for any questions for those who might have looked at the presentation. Any questions out there?
Yes, I have a question.
Go right ahead, sir.
Okay, I would like to know, thank you for taking the time out to share with your information with us. We really appreciate it. You and the sister, thank you so much. Would like a little information on the project that you're doing now. You spoke about it, the sister spoke about a 25-acre project, and you spoke about some of the healing, using natural healing procedures. And so I'd like to find out about the 25-acre project and how someone wants to see how you can participate with you, what ways about that, and as well as are there any programs or seminars that you're offering on more of the holistic living and eating to live, etc.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, brother, for your question. It's appreciated. The land trust came about basically as a benevolent gift to the community from myself. It was a gift that I felt that I had received from the Most High, in that I found a piece of property that is 57 acres with a fixer-upper house. Actually, a very beautiful piece of property with about a 3-acre pond or lake that has fish in it. But I felt that I could not develop this land by myself, nor did I want to develop it by myself. And I had been interested in cooperative development for a very long period. And I believe that cooperative development is, the way that we should be moving, those of us that do not have a lot of money, to just hire people to do the work, but also the whole concept of participation is very, it builds skills, it builds relationships, it builds community. And so I thought that a land trust would be an ideal way to get people interested and to get some buy-in, because I really believe that people need incentives in order to participate. No longer, people might be willing to volunteer a few hours here or there, but to really get people that are going to be committed, they have to feel like they have something at stake and that they could pour their hearts and souls into helping to develop it. So we are at the very beginning stages of all of this. We only incorporated in 2015. We're just in the second year, but we're proud of the successes that we've made so far. The land trust, it's a holistic approach that encompasses almost every aspect when you think about trying to develop a community. What are the things that a community needs? So we have a plot for the development of an organic garden. We've begun that process. It still needs a lot of work. We want to develop the pond area for both recreation as well as the possibility of developing a business where we produce good, clean fish, for sale. We have an art and culture component, and all of the activities are tied together by this concept that Karim so beautifully presented about the divine design as a key factor, or the most important factor in creating sustainability. And so that's what the presentation is for. And definitely we're interested in people that might share our vision to make inquiry, and that we can begin a process of talking and seeing if there's work that we can do together. As far as, how to participate, if you looked at the slideshow, there is a contact sheet there, with both my name and Kareem's name and our contact information. We would welcome to hear from any of you that would like to continue a dialogue with us. We're in the process of developing seminars, not only seminars, but a whole academy of healing arts. We have offered a couple of festivals. One of the festivals invited practitioners in the various areas of both physical modalities, the massage, the Reiki, the Tai Chi, the Qigong, Capoeira, drumming, sound healing, many other types of practices that we want very much to deliver to our beloved Black community around the world. So these are all the things, and it's a good time to get involved because we're still very much at the development stage. We do have articles of incorporation and bylaws, and we have a developing board. So you can just kind of imagine that in 2 to 3 years, what an organization like this might look like. but it is holistic because we want to take into consideration, the entire mind, body, spirit. We're looking for, businesses that might want to set up here. And we're in a community that is a historic community, but in a lot of ways it seemed to have stopped growing some years ago. And there's a real need to reinvigorate the vision of Booker T. Washington and George Washington Carver here. So it really isn't kind of an ideal spot for people who want to be on the cutting edge and in a kind of a pioneering spirit. So, brother, I hope I answered your questions, and I'll stop there and let Karim add, or we can take another question.
That was very, very beautiful, and I love the description. I love the layout that you all have in the presentation of this space and the plan that you all have for this space, and even the fact that it's in a diamond and a circle and a fractal, and just all of the thought that's going into this project. Where is this project?
It's in Tuskegee, Alabama,
yes, okay,
which is, you know where that is?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can describe it further. I'm not.
Well, yeah, but you know where the general geographic region is, right? It's in the southeast, in an area that often is referred to as the Black Belt. Mm-hmm. There are Black Belt states, and then there are Black Belt counties within each state. But these are the areas where the African ancestors that were enslaved were brought to work the land. Mm-hmm. It was called Black Belt because at that time the soil was very rich. So we're actually, I think, in a very centrally located place because we're only about 125 miles from Atlanta, going north from here. And then if you go south from here, you get down to the Gulf of Mexico, like Mobile, Alabama, and parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, all that area you can get to that area in about 3 hours going south. And then, we're not far from, what are we, about 5 or 6 hours from Charlotte in North Carolina. So I like the area very much. And it is a majority Black county. We're like over 90% Black here. We are in the Bible Belt, so there's a lot of, education around spirituality and, dietary, habits. You still have people eating in a certain kind of way that many of us stopped eating like 40 years ago, right? So there's a great need here. And at the same time, there's a rich history of that can be something that one would receive if they came here.
Absolutely.
Air is very fresh.
Yes, absolutely. No, that's great to be right in that's what I love about the South is that you're a couple hours away from a lot of different agricultural sustainability projects.
Yes, yeah.
So we go ahead. Yes, we want to open up for more questions.
I'm sorry I didn't see the presentation, but I was wondering if you were interested, if one was interested in coming there to live, would I don't know how it works. Are you just offering for businesses to come, or can you buy or lease a part of the land and build your house, or how? Yeah. How does it work?
Yes. The land trust is designed for people to lease, where you don't actually end up owning the land, but you own the property that you put on the land, and you can stay on the land in your property for year after year after year after year. We just say like a 99-year lease. If that's it to move, you could either move the property with you, or you could turn around and sell it, hopefully back to the organization. Or you could sell it to another person who, as long as they share the values of the community, So that's how that works. We have a committee and we have 2 builders that work with us, and we're in the stages now of developing plans. We want to have a cluster of what we call small houses, mini houses or tiny houses. We have a cluster of those in a particular location. We want to build sustainable dwellings that are ecologically friendly. A cluster of what we're calling kind of like workshop style homes, so that for people that are artists or you know, have some kind of applied maybe live workspace. We'd have a cluster of those type of dwellings, and then we've thought about developing, you know, housing that might have up to 2 to 3 bedrooms, and they could either be for sale or for rent. And so we're in the stages right now of getting our design, our layout of where we want, you know, these properties to be located on the 25 acres. And you know, we believe that if we build, the people will come, just the right people that will fit in just perfectly. So that is something that, you know, we would look forward to having some dwellings up and built, I would say, within the next 2 years. But we would be looking to break ground on something probably within the next year. And go ahead.
Now, the lifestyle that you are looking forward to, is it more of a communalist type lifestyle where people would eat together and have extended family? Or would it be more of a American individualistic type nuclear family lifestyle? Or are you trying to have more of a traditional more African type of lifestyle?
Yeah, leaning more in that direction, but I would actually think that it would probably be a kind of a blend. You know, that each home would be equipped with its own kitchen, but that there could be you know, like a dining area where people could collectively, you know, and I think that those are some of the more details that would be worked out, you know, as we continue to discuss and get a few more people involved. But yeah, the idea would be definitely to, you know, share the cooking, rotate some cooking, share food at least a few times a week together, you know, but that, you know, we want to maintain people's sense of privacy and anonymity, so that there are times that you know, you may want to just retire to your own space, and that's fine. But we definitely look at having community meetings, and that the people that would be residential in the community would have a voice also on the board and would be able to help shape. But definitely the vision is definitely African-centered. You know, we embrace, you know, the values that have been around that most of us are familiar with, the virtues of Ma'at, as well as the, you know, the principles of Nduza Saba. But even beyond that, this whole thing called natural law, which is what we talked about, you know, in the presentation, that is what creates a sustainability. Is that we're seeking to live in alignment with what is just naturally, you know, in the environment and naturally within us. And it's just a question of us, you know, changing. And Brother Karim talked about that as we honor and live in harmony with the environment, we begin to eat better food, produces a different brain. You know, it produces a different type of energy, which is very, very supportive and facilitative of, you know, promoting unity and love within this community, you know, and that the idea is that we do less work. We do a lot of work, but, you know, you don't have to, as a solo person in a family, you don't have to come home and cook every single day. Because there are other people that will be cooking, you know, that we would share the gardening work, you know, that because everybody has to eat, you know, everybody in some way contributes to the collective work. I want to bring Brother Karim's voice in here to add on or to take another question.
Thank you.
I wanted to just kind of give a short overview for those who have not had an opportunity to see the entire presentation. What the presentation is about, as a consultant, I try to make suggestions and talk about some principles in community development, which is my field of study. And so some of the things that we've learned and we share with each other is that there are some basic principles in life, and as a human being, we are subject to those principles, like the various elements that are combined to produce matter, combined to produce human beings, planets, and the universe. And once we begin to observe nature in this way, we begin to see a pattern. We've kind of agreed to call, we call it a divine design. And we see it in all through life. In the fruits and the vegetables and the plants, we see this design. And so we can really begin to look at ourselves and try to align ourselves with this type of design, this natural design. And so when we look at how the human being is made up, many people will talk about the mind, they talk about the body, and they talk about the soul, or a spirit. And they say, well, this is the self. It's a combination, not just the body, it's not just the mind, it's not just the soul. It's a combination. And so when we break it down and we begin to work on each part of the body, then we're doing the same thing that the basic divine design does. It breaks down the various parts and components and elements, and then it builds them up to produce and materialize whatever it's going to be, whether it's plants, whether it's animals, people, planets, or universe. So once we've learned to create this sense of alignment within ourselves, then we evolve it and we move to creating a community. And so we try to get together with like mind, body, and soul, and teach each other, learn from each other. And once we begin to do that, then we could see that we begin to take on a academy or a school posture. That's what we see in a community like this community, where we can teach each other, learn from each other. Sister Mujah and myself both have been involved in the university in academics, so we have a strong love for school and school principles, for teaching and training. And so we would like to offer an opportunity for people to come together and help us to develop a school or community, a setting where we can begin to teach these various ways of aligning oneself. There are a lot of holistic studies, there are a lot of holistic skills, and in a rural setting that we have some control over, that is, the people that's there have some relative control over where they live, i.e. 25 acres is a nice place. You can control what you grow. You can basically control who comes on and comes off your property. It's quiet, a lot of nature around. So you get to learn about other creations that are in line with nature. That's the idea. And once we begin to do that and listen to each other, talk to each other, and teach each other, we begin to produce that has been produced in us.
Absolutely.
We've been produced. So this is what the idea is about, starting from the atom, building up to the soil, and building up to the human being, to the community, and then producing an academy or a school in an area where we can teach each other, learn all of those various things about the land and the water, and how food grows. All of these things come to play, and this is more than just a physical garden. We know that's very important because we are what we eat. Probably a lot of projects, a lot of presentations are talking about that we as human beings, we become what we eat. So if we grow our own food, and we eat our own food, we cook our own food, and we teach each other how to do it, then we become what we do.
Absolutely. And I just want to open it back up one last time before this has been really great, and I appreciate the questions and really kind of deep reflective dialogue around this, because this is something that's becoming more and more of a need. And so if there are any more last questions, could you please ask them at this moment before we close out and shift into the next presenter?
This is Hope Irati again from Dallas, and I just want to say I'm very interested in the project, and thank you for Sister for donating the land. And I've been doing urban revitalization and community development for the last 15 years, and I happen to have a master's in city planning from Cornell University, and I've always wanted to do these type of be a part of this type of development and live there. So. And theoretically studying those type of things, I've always wanted to do it. So I really want to be a part of this project. And I just moved back to Dallas from North Carolina, but I'd be very happy to move to Alabama in the next few years.
Okay, well, please call us, okay,
Very
sister?
nice.
What's your name?
Yes, thank you.
What was your name again?
It's Hope or Irati Heart. Hope. Irati means heart. Irati means hope in Yoruba. So it's Hope Irati Heart, H-A-R-T.
Okay,
And
well, will you please be in touch, all right?
Yeah, on Facebook, I'm Hope Irati Heart.
And we have added the contact information for Baba, Karim, and Sister, I want to pronounce your name right. Mujah, yes. So Mama Mujah and Baba Karim, their information is in the chat box. So if you would like to contact them, please take that information down. As we've said with the past presenters, we thank you so much for your time and your energy and your love that you put into this work. It does not go unnoticed. I'm glad that you've got folks asking questions and engaging. Here now, you got someone who's already thinking about coming down, and that's what it's all about. Next summer, next year, we are looking to do a summit in Atlanta and to continue this work. And we would love for you all to come and join us. So we thank you all deeply for your work.
All right, brother. Thank you all for putting this together and giving us a platform and an opportunity to spread our word.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace. And we want to encourage everyone to make sure that you watch more videos. We'll be here tomorrow as well doing this again. There are more videos online, so you can check out the schedule and tune in again tomorrow for even more presenters that we had today.